Hello everybody, my name is Pixel and welcome back to another PixelMaster's guide for free play 20 of 36 through the Jundland Waste. I know it just says the Jundland Waste there, that's a funny word, Jundland. It just says Jundland Waste there, but that's because the title was too long for the entry card. So, we are here on in episode 4. And the second mission free play, and I warn you now, this is a long one. This is a nearly 26-minute long video, but don't worry, the next one is even longer. Okay, to be honest, the next one is longer partially because of my own fails. I'm really not looking forward to doing the audio for that, because I'm going to have to make a lot of apologies, but this one is just long, and to be honest, the one for tomorrow is actually not much better. I mean, I don't think there's many ways I could have shortened this. Now, this is another one of those levels in which you need to be on the eye out for studs. It is not as hard as some of the ones we've had in the past. In the case of hitting True Jedi, even with the ×2, is pretty tight, but it's not the easiest to do. Go out of your way to collect the studs, as you can see us doing here, because it's one of those things you can quite easily miss. And obviously there's plenty of opportunities to die because there are plenty of Tuscans around to kill you. So just be careful, really, is more what I'm saying. You know, be careful. You know, like studs like that are pretty easy to get. Don't miss them. You know, it's pretty self-explanatory, really. But anyway, once we get past the starting area, instead of heading towards these guys, we're going to head right. And you can see here there are some silver bits we need to destroy, and we actually have to fly over there to destroy them. It actually does kill us in the process. It's quite a difficult thing to do. We could do the rocket, but as far as I'm aware, no character has the rocket. What we want to do is fly over, and again, it's a bit of an odd angle. You kind of gotta find the right way to do it. As you can see, I certainly haven't yet. And then I finally get it, and yeah, it kills myself, but it does get those destroyed. And also, even though it kind of said in the top right, this is for the red brick. And there's actually a Minikit here as well. We'll be getting that later though. So for now, focus on the red brick. Start by using the force to build up these 3 things here. Don't do it wrong like I did. Then jump up there. And then I'm going to switch to a high jump character. Jedi may be able to make it, but I'm going to use a high jump to be safe. And then get to a character who can hover and go over there. If you're using R2, switch to a character that can push and push that off. And it goes all the way down that line there. Give us a few more Tuscans. But you can see it also destroyed that doorway, and behind the doorway is the red brick. Okay, now, although this area doesn't have the wow, my words are failing me there. Although this area isn't actually technically the Minikit part, the Minikit part is about another minute or so later, I'd say, because we're just going to be collecting studs. What we want to do to get to this upper area is use the force on this pile of stuff here. It can be a bit tricky to get it to click on, but once it does, you should have access. And the Minikit is actually off the left there. You just saw a hint of the pathway. But we're going to spend a little bit of time in the Tuscan village. I accidentally fell off there. Just collecting some studs. Like I said, the stud situation on this level is not the greatest in the world, so you do need to kind of go out of your way a bit to get studs. Unfortunately, with some of the longer levels, that's why they are longer levels, is just because it takes its sweet time with the studs. But there is nothing we can do to speed that up. That's the annoying thing about it. There is nothing we can do to speed that process up. It takes as long as it takes, and you know, we do what we can. And that's a big part of why this separate channel exists, why it's not being put on the Evolved Pixel channel, because they end up making a lot of videos that have a lot of length, and it kind of just buried a lot of the entertainment content, which is the point of Evolved Pixel. So anyway, moving on to Minikit 1 now. When you're in Tuscan Village, see the red brick guide on how to get here. You want to head to the higher level, just after that red brick guide, and then off to the left hand side, and you can see this ledge. Just use somebody with a jetpack, or the ability to hover like R2-D2, and go over there, and there is your first Minikit. I wish I could tell you that the next one was soon, but the reality is there's about another minute and a half. Unfortunately, we have got some pretty massive gaps. Oh boy. A lot of talking in this one. I must admit, I don't like being sort of 5 minutes in and realising, hey, we're maybe 20% of the way through. Oh boy. I've said in the past that I don't enjoy the long ones, and I stand by that. You know, I prefer them to be shorter. But I also prefer sort of guaranteeing that I get all the content out on the day it's supposed to come out, and at the end of the day, the longer a video is, the more chance it's not going to come out, because it just takes longer to get it made. Yeah, so it's not from a I don't want to do this perspective, it's from an I want to do as much as possible perspective, and the longer they are, the less I can do. Now, continuing with the story stuff, deflecting stuff back at those evil Tuscans, and deciding against it and then shooting him. I must admit, Django is incredibly useful. Now, we probably could have jumped over the right hand side, but we're not going to do that. We're instead going to go the way the story intended for us to go. We actually built this grapple pad up, which is actually for Minikit 3, which I didn't realise when I saw it, because of the fact we had access to grapple stuff in the story. I just assumed story related, but no, it is Minikit related. But we're not going to go. You see, I went up there and then I realised, like, oh god. So we're going to deal with the enemies, and then for Minikit 2, on the left hand side you can see these this sort of dark force door. Use the dark side to rip it down, and we're going to head into this area. And this area is a bit odd because those look like grapple points, but they're not. It's actually an explosive. You destroy that first one, and then you build up another one, which throws another hole. Yeah, see, so much stuff. And those skeletons give pretty good studs, so I'd definitely get them. Although, I'm not quite sure why I'm doing this before getting the mini-kits. But I'm going to tell you right now, getting the mini-kit is also a bit odd. We have to jump in the first alcove, then use that to jump into the second one. You can see I'm already having a bit of a problem, so I thought I'll switch to a high jump character. And no, yeah, I mean, that's just not easy. I don't know what I'm doing wrong necessarily. So I used a high jump character to get the middle one, and then I used, I can't remember what I used. Did I use him or did I use? Yeah, I used him to sort of jump in there. But if you're struggling with the jumping, just keep trying. You will get it. It's just difficult. Now, you may remember earlier we used a grapple panel. If you haven't built that up, then head up there. Hover over. If you don't have Django, use a droid. Switch to a small character. We're going to use Wicket. Head through there into this lower area where you can get the mini kit. Chances are you would have seen this in the story mode and thought, how do we get there? Now you know. And oh boy, now we have quite a gap between now and the next mini kit. Next mini kit is 1305. You know what? No, I was going to say we'll speed through this, but no, I think we're going to... I might speed through in the future, but I think... I kind of want to keep this series sort of as it is, at least for this game. Maybe I'll speed through stuff in future games. I don't know. I'm seriously contemplating doing that. Actually, I think we will probably speed through, but what I will say to you, and notice by the card on the screen, is if you are enjoying this video, be sure to hit that like button. It's your way of telling me that you have enjoyed the video, you have found it useful. It's always nice for me to know that. And, yeah, we'll keep talking when we are through this whole area. And we're back! We're talking again. And yeah, what did you think of that? Let me know down below if you thought that was, you know, provided and watching. Let me think of the better way of doing it. I certainly think we definitely got here quicker. And there's less audio for me to do, it takes the time. I think it's good. Anyway, what you want to do is when you get to the top of the sand crawler, you want to come over here and use those two buttons. And that opens up this small panel. Use the small character to get through there. Down to here. And get that Minikit. And for the record, I'm going to clarify right now, we're only going to do that when there is a large period of time in which there's nothing to do. I mean, that clip is still 2 minutes 10 seconds. That clip would have been closer to 4 minutes had I not sped it up of just talking. Okay, now there's actually a bit of time between now. There's about 3 minutes 10-ish, maybe a little bit less between. Actually, no, at this point now it's about 250, 240. Like there's a bit of time. Actually, not even that. There's a bit of time between now and the next collectible, but it's a couple of minutes. And more the point than other things I want to show you. But like that whole section there, it was nothing. But what I want to show you actually is this room here that you access with the 3PO panel. You may have made the 3PO panel before, but you certainly wouldn't have been able to get in here because you didn't have the 3PO with you. Maybe you came back and activated it, but I wouldn't bet on it, especially since it's not relevant to the story. However, this is a good location for studs, and I know it doesn't look like it right now. You know, all this stuff we're doing isn't actually producing a lot of studs, and the reason why is because we're actually doing the wrong bit. That's something I didn't realise at the time. We are actually doing the wrong section. What we actually need to do is stop filling around the glasses and chairs, is build that yellow thing up on the right. And that will actually do us a huge favour. I also need to try and stop choking my own teammate. There we are, build that up. And then what we're going to do is use, yes, it's R2-D2 here to bring that forward and connect it. And then we're going to use the Force character to open that up. And that is the studs. And that is a whole load of studs too. I mean, you know, without too much time, my player have already got over 10,000 there. And look, we got the True Jedi, which of course is the big thing we're going for. So I'm definitely happy with that. Now you'll see these droids every so often you can build up. As far as I can tell, they don't really do anything. You also see this dark Force panel here. But other than give you access to these studs, again, it does nothing. That being said, we're always out for collecting studs, so I'm definitely not going to complain about getting more. And really what we need to do now is activate these here. Now, I can't remember entirely you have to activate all of them or some of them. I know some give studs and I think some open the door. But basically, we're just going to activate them all, and that way we know we're going to get what we need. It may have been all on the right-hand side for the door. Yep, there it is. There's the door. But hey, you know what? It gave us, you know, doing those other two, it gave us another 4,000 studs, thanks to our multiplier. So that's great. And now we're going to head into this room in which you have to put the boxes on the panel. Now you would have had to have done this to unlock R2-D2 to get through that door, and you've been one of the ones on the left. Now most of these areas just have a stud in it. You push the box on and you get studs. And I know we're desperate for studs, but we are not desperate enough to make this video take longer than it has to. So we're not going to do that. Instead we're going to push the box to the right hand side instead of to the left to get the droid, which obviously isn't there in the free play. We're going to push it to the right hand side and get that Minikit. And then, as you remember, you see obviously there's the studs there, but we're not going to get them. But that one to the right of the stud one is where R2 would have been. But of course, he's not in there this time because he well, you know, let's use some studs instead. Now, if you've got the time, pause this video and get those studs. But we're going to keep moving on because it works better for us and for the flow of the video, and so on. Now, once you get into this area with these pressure panels you have to hit to activate switches, we're going to ignore those completely. Instead, head over to the left-hand side. We're going to switch to a dark side character and use him on these bars to destroy him. Then we jump in and switch to a small character, which we will put on, well, basically open that grate. We're going to put him on one button, the other character on another one. That opens up this grated door, and oh boy, that's a lot of lava. Switch to a 4th sensitive character and kill Jar Jar Binks. I actually recommend it just because he's Jar Jar Binks, but also use that on the left hand side to get that going, and then destroy that. And you can see that gets through the lava, allows us to fly it right over and get Minikit 6 out of 10. Now we have got another few minute gap, about about 1 minute 45-second gap, so we're not going to bother switching to the speed up mode. Let me know anything about the speed up mode. Do you think I should speed it up, or do you think I should just cut it completely? Because I mean, I have the power. It makes me sound like I'm Palpatine. I have unlimited power! No, I'm not even going to try. I can't do movie quotes to save my life. Well, I can do the quotes, I just can't do the voices. This is a funny one. You have to push that a little bit, and that will unlock that. And we switch over to, well, I'm going to switch to a droid. And then I remembered, oh wait, Jawas kill droids. So what did I do? I killed the Jawas. That way we don't end up getting stunned, which can be a pain in the tuchus. I also realised at that point that I really didn't have to worry about that, and I can just do that. And hey, if you are finding this video useful, and you like some of the stuff we're doing the editing, and just in general like the video, be sure to hit that subscribe button. It helps the channel, it helps me, and I always appreciate it. And it lets me know that I'm doing the right thing, and that it's getting out to people, because if it's not, I need to do different things. You know, it's a good way of letting me know. Also, comment. Do you want to let me know what you personally think? If you have any suggestions or criticisms, leave those down below, because I will put those into consideration and, you know, change up the videos, make them work better. I've done that several times with different projects in the past, and it's always been pretty cool. Just no criticism about my voice, please. I know it's a bit odd. I know it's a bit annoying. But I can't change it. So, thank you. Anyway, we're now in this area with the moisture evaporators. Also, I haven't ranted about my voice. Let's just say I get some real stupid comments about my voice. Like, what can I do about that? You know, it's one thing I can't change. I don't know, that comments annoy me. Anyway, go to the top right hand side, use the force to put that grapple point up there, and then build up the grapple pad. That's the word I'm looking for. Switch to a character who can grapple, head up there, and get that. A high jump character may be able to jump up there, I'm not sure, but you are supposed to use the grapple. I recommend using the grapple. Now, obviously, we use C3PO on that. That is actually story-based stuff. We're actually going to be heading to the left a bit and getting some story stuff there. And I actually thought this was what I needed. So I destroyed that. Like, oh, I did nothing, but you gave me a small panel. What does this small panel give me? Access this upper area that has nothing but a stud. And then in my head I was thinking, wait, did I get this collectible in the story? No, I went the wrong way. What you want to do is on the left hand side of the moisture area, use a dark side character to destroy those 3 platform things and jump up here. And this is a different one. Not gonna lie, you've got to get both buttons pressed down at the same time to unlock the Minikit. But you'll notice one of the buttons is a lot bigger than the other. And the reason for that is we actually need to use one of these banthas to get it. So get on one of the banthas, and I'm sorry, they are very, very slow. There isn't really much well, I mean, I could have sped up the video, I suppose. But there isn't really much I can do about being slow. And get him on the button there, and then jump in, and Minikit 8 out of 10 is ours, and yours. Most importantly, it is yours. So we're going to keep on going straight up ahead. We do still have a couple of mini kits to get. One of them is going to be in the I think it's still in this area technically, but it's up here with this platform and this skeleton you have to build over. Now you'll notice actually, oh, there's a little cut there, sorry. footage went dodgy again, but not much I can do about it. Sorry, blame thing. Basically, you'll notice here when you cross over the skeleton, on the left hand side, you can actually see the Minikit. And what you need to do is ignore the stuff I'm doing here. You need to jump on that pillar, and that lowers it down so you can get the Minikit. And the stuff I'm doing here is just stuff and nonsense and unnecessary. What we want to do is jump up here. And it's annoying actually, I just put out a Fortnite video on my Evolved Pixel channel, and I had the same glitch. It's so annoying. I worked around it, but even so, it was a nightmare. Oh, I need to figure out why this keeps happening. Anyway, we got that Minikit, and moving on, we're going to get, well actually I think C3PO, it's actually TC14. I know this because I'm maybe working on a Star Wars emoji project tomorrow on 365. Anyway, on that done, I don't know why I decided to kill these Jawas. I think I'm just a bit sadistic. We're going to head into this final area. And when we get into the final area, the first thing we're going to do is build up the land speeder and then get in it. You may have not really used the land speeder much, but if you had, you'd notice there was all these upper areas, all these things to the story, certainly lots of potential stars, but instead we're going to go far north and build up the grapple pad. Yeah, here's the pad. I struggled there. I didn't think it was called. We're going to head up with a grapple character and then jump over to our final Minikit, and that is Minikit 10 out of 10. And of course, with that Minikit being done, that means that all of the collectibles are done. Now, there is a ton of studies to get here, which you can see, but at this point I have been recording. I mean, this is nearly 22 minutes in the video. At this point I'd probably been recording for about 23 minutes, and my immediate thought was I am not going to extend the video any longer than I have to, so I'm going to get rid of the stormtroopers because I have to. And then I thought I'm just going to stand on the button, and then it kind of occurred to me, wait, no, got to build this up. I've got to extend the bridge so that my other character can get over. Build that up, extend the bridge, and head on the button. As always, I will remind you very quickly now, you cannot save and quit on this game. If you quit, you will lose all your progress and have to do it again and feel like a big dum-dum in the process, I'm sure. So please do not do that. Instead, finish the level, head into the house, and look at that. Fast Force Red Brick is unlocked. Phew! Do we have the true Jedi? Stupid question. Of course we have the true Jedi. We always have the true Jedi. Another 100,000 studs there, which is nice. And do bear in mind we'll get more from the gold bricks, which is good. Minikit, we've got all of it, so we can see already it's gonna be a sand crawler. And you know, there is a part of me that really wants to try and make all of those Minikits in real life. I had that idea about a month ago, and I wish I hadn't, because it's such a good idea. But also, that would be 36 Minikits. I don't have much room. That's a lot of kits. But yeah, that might be cool. Maybe I'll do that, and maybe I'll make a video on them. You know, but let me know what you think about that down below. It'd be cool to hear what you want to say. Anyway, I want to thank everybody for watching, because as always, we've come to the end of the level, which means we've come to the end of the video. If you have enjoyed it, let me know down below. Let me know what you think about that bit I sped up and, doing that. Do you think that's a good idea? Do you think it's a bad idea? Let me know what you think down below. And if you have enjoyed this guide, and more importantly, you found it useful, be sure to subscribe. My name is Evolved Pixel, and tomorrow we're heading to Mos Eisley Spaceport.